Alright, what's up guys, it's Mitch or Deity, and today we're going to be doing a tier list for selective summons within Epic 7. So in Epic 7, if you're a new player, you're going to be told to re-roll an account, do your selective summon, and probably either get Sigrid, Vildred, or I don't know, whoever else people are going to tell you to get. But the biggest thing I'm going to say before we get going on this is if you're a new player and you see a unit you really like, you can do some research on them, or just type them in YouTube. Someone will be doing some kind of video. You can see how they are, see how the person's reacting to them, and try to make sure the video is somewhat recent because this game has constant updates where they patch and buff heroes. They never nerf heroes, they only buff heroes. So your unit, even though you may see a video from 2019 or 18, when the game came out, 18, that it looks bad, the hero might be insane now. So just keep that in mind and do your research. But I'm going to give my personal opinion on this, but also I am, if you're a newer player and going to be looking for a guild, join the Discord down below. We are trying to get as many guilds together as we can. If you're an already experienced player and you're just watching to see my opinion, you can join as well if you need a guild. If, say, your guild's inactive, I'm trying to get as many active guilds as possible together because lots of new players are coming to the game right now, and I just want to do what I can to try to keep those players liking the game. And the guild experience is half the game, in my opinion, because having people to talk to is what gets you heavily addicted. So that's just my, I don't know. I think it could help. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this. So it's going to be S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier. There's probably only going to be one C tier. Almost everything's going to go in B tier in my opinion, but this will be in the like idea of a like competitive, rushing to be a competitive player type mentality with who to start with here. So Destiny, I'm going to go ahead and throw her straight into B. She's not going to help you progress any faster in my opinion. She's a good unit, don't get me wrong. She is used at top PvP occasionally for people who do have the like proper gear for her, but she's not used like a ton, and she's just not really used that much in PvE either. Assyria, I'm going to go ahead and put her in the A tier because she is great for PvE. She can push forward through all of Abyss, or not all of Abyss, but a lot of the Abyss floors. She's good for A13, which is a hunt. She's just a great overall character. I wouldn't suggest starting with her really, but if you do, say, if you've already gotten her and you just went ahead with it, don't feel bad because she's fantastic. So the unit I think is the worst out of all of this is Fireball. Some people may disagree with me, but I've never seen a Fireball and Sazan used anywhere. I've never seen it. I've never even seen a YouTube video on him, to be honest. I'm sure there are some, but I stream every day on Twitch and I watch other people, and they never draft him. They never use him anywhere. So if you did start with them, it's fine. You can find other units to work around and progress, so don't feel bad. Say you're already attached to your account. It's okay. But if you're, say, really new and started with them and you're down to restart, it's not a bad choice. I'll just say that. So Charlo, I'm going to go ahead and throw in B tier. She's great for PvP. And RTA, you can pick her. RTA is in-game real-time arena, so where you fight people in real time. It's like playing chess, but with all these characters as your pieces. So she's great there. I wouldn't put her at A tier, really, because she takes some weird gear that no one else really takes, which makes her a nice unit to have in your box, but I wouldn't really push for her too much. But sorry, I'm going to put A tier in terms of late game or like middle game PvP because he has a unresistible S3, which will strip and push back the enemy, giving you turn advantage and making them unable to be buffed, which is super good. I know that's probably kind of confusing, but you'll understand the more you play the game. I wouldn't really advise starting with Basar. The unit, I'll just go ahead. The unit I advise starting with is Sigrid because you want to try to push Wyvern as fast as possible because that's where you get speed set gear. So speed is the most important thing in this game at this moment, 2021, February 4th. So she helps you push into the highest tier of Wyvern faster. She's great for all the other tiers, but for Wyvern 13, which you need debuffs for, she has debuffs on every single one of her skills, except for her third skill, which gets extra damage for how many debuffs are on the boss. So you need debuffs against that boss, and she is the go-to unit for that. The other unit that's okay for that, I would say, is Chloe, but Chloe is really only good in Wyvern, in my opinion. Some people do use her in PvP, but I would say Chloe's in between an A and a B in terms of overall use case. So I would give her that. She can kind of take Sigurd's place, but not as good in my opinion. Arbiter Vildred, Green Vildred is just an A. He's a good farmer. Now that there's free Spiriteria, I don't think you should start with Vildred. I really think you should definitely still push for Sigrid because you have your farmer. They give it to you for free. Free Spiriteria you get in Chapter 2. She is a light unit, so she's able to just be element neutral. when farming, which is fantastic. And it's just the go-to. Fire Ken is pretty good all around. You can use him in pretty much all content, but he's like not that great in all content, if that makes sense. So he's there. His kit seems like it's really good, but he just doesn't quite do anything crazy. He's not a good farmer. I'll say that right now. But you can, and he's good for Golem, but no one really farms Golem. But say if Golem gets a buff, he might see more spotlight. So I'm gonna put Ludwig same spot. Ludwig can be used to cleave. Great unit, not the best for anything else besides just cleaving, but he can do that really well. So Ravi, I think Ravi is like the highest tier of A, and I would say Villager's there, and then these two. But Ravi is very good in PvP now. She's great at PvE. She stays alive forever. You can farm with her. It's slow farming, but you can farm with her. I mean, she's just good for everything. So she's almost an S in terms of if you want to start with her and then try to make a Wyvern team of only 3 and 4 stars, you can do that, and then that gives you a strong PvP unit to just use against anybody. So definitely like the highest tier of A goes to her now. So Says I'm going to go ahead and throw at B tier. He's still okay. He used to be one of the best units in the game. He's one of the units that used to be the person to start with, him or Vildred, but he's fallen off so far, and I don't know when he'll make a return. It'll probably be this year, but as of right now, he is not that great. So Fire Amenta, same spot. She's just in a rough place. She's okay, but not really usable. I don't know. So I'm going to rearrange the list a little bit too. But Fire Amenta, she's like waifu, so if you want to pull her and play, I highly suggest if you do like a unit on here, say you really like Destina, you really like Asura, you really like Fire Amenta, and you want to play through with them and try to use them, by all means, go for it. Like, it's going to slow down your progression. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to you and say it won't. But if you're more attached to the game and enjoy the characters you're playing, then you're going to get a better experience out of the game. So don't just, if you I don't know, give the game what you want to give it. So if you want to be competitive at it, pick Cigarette, pick Ravi, one of these, in my opinion. If you want to just play the game for enjoyability, not try to push and be competitive, then any of these units are fine. So we're going to finish with Tywin now. Tywin, I'm going to go ahead and give him like a high B because he is still really good. He can be used for a lot of PvE content. He can be used for PvP. He has a defense break on his skill 3, and it's 100%. It can be used for Banshee. I used to use him to one-shot one of the hunts. He didn't do the damage. He defense broke, so don't think he's a big damage dealer. He's a knight that's just there to boost your combat readiness and attack and crit, and he also defense breaks. AoE defense breaks, which is defense breaking the entire enemy team, which defense break gives you a ton more damage on your attacks when you hit them. So I think that's the best I can do without going too in-depth. I wanted to keep this somewhat simple. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff. It's probably not the best guide ever out there, but I just wanted to get my personal opinion out there so people ask me, I could send them this, and it's a lot easier than saying what all I just said a billion times. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you would like to, like I said, if you need a guild, if you're a new player or an experienced player, or like semi-experienced coming back to the game, you have an alt account. If you haven't, like, that's fine too, and you want to join one of our guilds, join the Discord. To get in our guilds, you'll have to be in there because I want the communication between members trying to get better and better and learn the game. So that link will be down in the description, and I will see you all, I guess, in the next video or on stream later. Have a good rest of your day.